21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.
So as a digital marketer over the past 9 or 10 years, we've generated millions and millions of dollars online for ourselves as well as other brands. And one of the craziest things that we discovered along that journey was that it's way less about your product and it's way more about the ads that you run. It's way more about the eyeballs that you're bringing to your products. Because we always like to say this, you could have the best products or services in the world, but if no one knows that you exist, then it simply just doesn't matter. In this video today, we're gonna discuss a lot of really cool things that are gonna help, hopefully a lot of you entrepreneurs out there that are listening to this show, it's gonna help you to actually generate more revenue inside of your company and inside of your business. So brief backstory on us, the name of our company is Rich From Anywhere. And we started out like, a lot of people, we started out broke as a joke and ready to choke. We were music artists, and we like to think that we were actually pretty dope. Actually, it's not even a thought. We had Grammy Award winners.
There's no thinking about it.
There's no thinking about it. We had Grammy Award winners telling us how dope we were. So we know that we were good. But the issue was that we simply just weren't making the money that we needed to make to sustain in this roach-infested Atlanta apartment that we lived in, believe it or not, right? I was working 2 jobs, he was working a job, and it was just a lot of 9 to 5 work to fund our dreams. The craziest thing about it is, although we were in a situation that wasn't super desirable, we weren't upset. We weren't frustrated. We were actually very happy with where we were at, and we were very grateful for the things that we had received, because we knew that all it took was one move to get us to that next level. And we discovered online marketing, and it literally changed the game for us.
We decided, hey, why don't we start an online business just so we can fund this music career, right? So we're not going in the hole every single month like we were. So we get in, we start this Shopify store, and we start watching YouTube videos to like learn how to run Facebook ads, right? And we spent $5,000 of our own money running ads. And actually we made 0 sales from that, right? So we literally spent $5,000, spent 3 months of our time trying to bang our head against a laptop, trying to figure out how to do it. And we made no sales. So I was like, okay, so I'm not gonna do that again, right? But I know that Facebook ads work because I see all these people making money. So we were like, well, what do we do? So what we decided to do was find a mentor, find somebody, a coach who already kind of had a proven process, and let's just pay him to teach us how to do it. So we did, and we paid this guy, and I will never forget this until the day I die, because he came into our account and he said, oh, well, no wonder you guys aren't making any money. You guys are doing everything wrong, right? Like your targeting's wrong, your ad copy's wrong, everything's wrong. Do this instead. We changed the strategy. We did what our coach told us to. We went home, launched the ad, and we woke up in the morning with a sale. Literally, we made a sale within 7 hours of that new ad launching. And so what I learned from that story, and what I hope that everyone takes from that, is that when it comes to success with Facebook ads, it has nothing to do with time. It has everything to do with the strategy that you're using. Because you could literally have been running ads for the past 10 years and never got results. If you change your strategy, you can start getting results tomorrow. Or you could have never ran an ad in your entire life and you can get results the first week. We've had so many students who've come into our program that have gotten results, sales, leads, whatever a result is for you, within the first week of running their ads, right? So it's not about time, it's about strategy. So we just kept, basically, once we found the play, we just kept rinsing and repeating over and over and over again, right? We did 209,000 in sales in the next 7 months on that store. Sold the store, exited, and then we started actually running ads for other people. So this is when we started our agency. We did the agency thing for a few years. We actually built up a multi-6-figure agency. We did really, really well. But the problem was for us, we're coaches. We like to teach. We like to empower people. And being an agency owner is not that. It's literally just pushing buttons on the background. So we decided to open up a coaching program. And that's what we've been doing for the past 6 years. Of literally been teaching business owners the secrets to running Facebook ads the right way, that we spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars learning and years learning. We teach it to them in a matter of months, and they're off to the races, and their lives are never the same. We've coached so many different types of businesses at this point. Right now, 15, 16 different industries, all different types. The biggest frustration that we see with businesses that we talk to are that they're putting in all this effort. They have amazing products, amazing services. They got these great brick and mortar stores. Everything's beautiful. And then there's nobody who knows they exist, right? So they're putting in all this time and effort and nobody even knows they're there. And so what you can learn from our story is, hey, we were great music artists. We had amazing music, but we were broke. What does that tell you? It tells you that visibility beats ability. It's not always the best who wins. It's the best known who wins, right? It's not always the person with the best product. It's the person with the best brand. So a lot of you guys listening right now, you have amazing stuff. You're already good to go. What you need to focus on is getting more eyeballs on what it is that you're doing, right? Now, there's two ways to go about it. You can do it organically, or you can do it through paid. Pros and cons to both, right? Organic is amazing because you don't have to pay, but guess what? Here's the interesting part. You always pay. You're either paying with your time or you're paying with your money, right? So with organic, you just got to put a lot of reps in. And the only, I like organic. The only issue I have with it, it's a very slow way to grow. And my thing is, if you're a new business owner or you're trying to scale, if you have an offer that isn't going to work, would you rather know sooner or later, right? And what I love about paid ads is because you can literally press a button and start driving traffic into your system, and you can validate if an offer is going to work immediately. You don't have to wait 6 months for all the organic to traffic to start slowly coming in, right? And we love Facebook ads the most because Facebook has the most data on its users than any other platform. Google doesn't come close. TikTok doesn't come close. Pinterest, like LinkedIn, there is no algorithm that has more data on its users than Facebook, right? This is literally the reason why Mark Zuckerberg has been like at court and been sued so many times, because the amount of data that it has on its users is like borderline unethical, right? So that is terrifying, right? I know everybody's listening like, oh my God, that's so terrifying. It's true, but everyone listening right now is a business owner. And from a business standpoint, this is absolute gold, because when you use Facebook's AI machine learning and their targeting, trust and believe they're going to go after the perfect client with the exact problem that you solve at the exact time that they're looking for. And it's going to almost feel like a spiritual experience when they see your ad. And that's the reason why we're seeing businesses blow up so fast using Facebook ads.
For sure. And to piggyback off of you, the phrase that we like to say a lot is data equals dollars. All right. And those of y'all listening, write that phrase down, because it's literally encapsulated our business to a T. And if you think about it, all of the major multi-million dollar, billion-dollar businesses, they are insanely focused on the data, because data equals dollars. The more data you have, the more money you're going to be able to make within your business. So let's transition that back to Facebook ads. A lot of people run Facebook ads, but they're running ads the incorrect way. A lot of people are boosting their posts when they run Facebook ads, meaning they have this iPhone right here and they're trying to run ads from their phone. First issue with that is that you don't have the same control running ads from your phone as you do running ads inside of the Facebook Ads Manager. But number two, the App Store actually charges you a 30% fee now for running ads from your phone. So it is imperative that you start running ads from your computer. Now, with that being said, a lot of people think that they could just go in, press a couple of buttons, and launch a Facebook ad and boom, get results tomorrow. But there's a right way and a wrong way to be running Facebook ads. Unfortunately, most people are on the wrong side of the line as opposed to the right side of the line. So here's a tip for you. When you run your Facebook ads, you have to be focused on collecting data. That's what matters most. So you need something called the Facebook Pixel connected to your website. And for those of y'all that don't know, real quick, the Facebook Pixel simply tracks the actions that people perform on your website, all right? But I'm going to take it a step further, because one thing that's even more important than the Facebook Pixel is making sure that your landing page is optimized the right way to be able to collect names, phone numbers, and emails, because that is going to be the lifeblood of your business. If you are not collecting names, phone numbers, and emails, then what's going to happen when 10,000 people visit your site and you don't get a name, phone number, or email? You're not going to be able to follow up with those people and offer them your products and services. It's really interesting. We took on a brand. I don't think they'd mind me mentioning them. We took on a brand called Jelly Ball, and they're located in Texas. And for the longest time, they were doing really well with their brand organically. But one thing that we implemented into their business was a lead generation system that allowed them to capture more names, phone numbers, and emails. And we started having them book strategy calls using our ad system. Long story short, during these summer months is their slowest time of the year. I just spoke with the owner, and they had a huge influx of sales, close to $100,000 in sales this month, when it was considered a slow month previously. That's simply because Facebook ads done the right way, focused on lead generation, can absolutely change your business. So just wanted to give your listeners that gem right there as well.
That's the truth, man. And honestly, like, a lot of people think they have seasonal businesses. There's no such thing as a seasonal business, by the way, right? There's just terrible lead generation machines, right? What's the reason why you have a seasonal business is because you haven't tapped into ads yet, because ads are like a lead generation machine that you turn on and off whenever you want to. We have countless stories of students who've come in with that same story, right? And they're like, oh my God, I'm booked up until November. And I'm like, well, does that usually happen this time of year? And they're like, no. And it's because they're driving traffic, right? So if you have a seasonal business, you just need to understand that, like, you got to start running ads more, as people just don't know you exist. And there's always creative ways of offering different services in your off seasons to continue the business, basically, right? So if you're listening right now and you're like, okay, this makes sense, I need to start running Facebook ads to start growing whatever it is that I got going on. Here's what I would suggest. We have a framework called the Core 4 framework, right? And these are literally the only 4 elements that you need to master in order for you to crush it with Facebook ads, okay? And it goes like this. It's a very simple formula. O plus C times D plus S equals money. And I'm gonna go into what that means. The first thing is you have to have an irresistible offer. I want you to look at your offer right now, and does it make people salivate? When people hear the offer, is it like, oh my God, this is brain melting? If it doesn't give you that reaction, you need to work on your offer, okay? Because we live in a very, very saturated marketplace, and there's all this stuff, like, people, you need to cut through the noise. So first thing is have an irresistible offer. Once you've got your irresistible offer, the next step is creative. You've got to learn how to make content that stops people from scrolling, stops them in their tracks and say, whoa, what's that? Right? And there's ways that you can do that with great hooks and understanding human psychology and what makes people take action, right? So once you get that creative dialed in, now you've got their attention. You've got them to click off of Facebook, and now you need to go to the next part, which is the D, which is the destination. The destination is your landing page or your website or wherever you're taking people to. This website needs to be optimized for conversions. And again, there's a lot of psychology in this. Your headline needs to be a certain way. Social proof, urgency, scarcity, all these different things that need to be on the page properly. And if you don't have your page properly set up, what's going to happen is people are going to bounce off the page. And you're going to be one of those people that say, why am I getting all this traffic and no one's buying anything, right? That's because your landing page is not optimized based off human psychology and buying psychology, right? So then once you have that, now people are going to convert, they're going to turn into leads, they're going to turn into sales. The fourth and final step is systems. You have to have amazing systems on the back end to either follow up or to nurture or to help you with your fulfillment and your onboarding, whatever it is. But you need to have those systems set up, because if not, what's going to happen is you're going to be stuck doing all this manual work, trying to follow up with people. People are slipping through the cracks, and you're just going to end up just pulling all your hair out, and you're still going to be broke, right? Like I say, you're going to be bald and broke. Once you get those 4 elements dialed in, this is when you want to start running ads. Because here's the thing, guys, here's a little secret, right? Facebook ads are becoming easier and easier to run. Facebook is introducing more and more AI into their targeting, into their creatives, everything. Eventually, we're going to get to a place where Facebook ads are so easy to run that you're just going to click a couple buttons and the ad's going to run itself, right? So I don't want you to over focus on like, okay, what's the targeting strategies? What's the placement? But you don't have to worry about that stuff so much. Worry about what I just talked about: the offer, the creative, the landing, the destination, and the systems, right? And those 4 things are literally what we focus on inside of our mentorship programs. We teach you all of the psychology about offers, about content, about how to design landing pages and building systems, because we've been doing this for about 10 years at this point, like aggressively, obsessively.
Here's the thing, entrepreneurs, like everyone reacts differently to different types of coaching. I mean, we have students who have gone through our one-on-one coaching where we're like really intimate with you. We fly out to you, and we've done really well. And some of our students respond better to that hand-holding approach where we're like really with you. You get unlimited access to us throughout the year. But then we've had other students who have done extremely well that don't need as much of us just all up in their face all the time. We have students who prefer group coaching settings where it's like us and we're here with a group of our students and we're on Zoom and you share your screen with us and we kind of help and guide you and we help all of our students. Some students perform better with that particular atmosphere. So it really just depends on your cup of tea. What do you want? Do you want more intimacy with us, or do you want like more of just the group coaching overall? You don't need us like all up in your face all the time. If that's you, then this is the program for you. And like I said, go to Google, check us out, check out all of our reviews. Each one of those reviews you've seen, they've all gone through what we call the RFA method. Right. And this is a method that we've coined and that we've used throughout the years in order to actually get our students to the mountaintop, right? And regardless of whether you're in our program and you want more of the group coaching or you want more of the hand holding, the method stays the same. The only difference is the proximity that you get to us, essentially. So that's what I would have to say as far as this mentorship program goes. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to be elevated, I would suggest getting coached, because if you think about it, the top athletes in the world, right? The top athletes in the world, they all seek coaching. In most cases, the athlete is actually better than the coach. The athlete is actually more talented than the actual coach. But there's something that a coach has that athletes don't have, and that's perspective. When you're sitting here in the business or when you're sitting here playing basketball and you're doing your thing, you're engulfed in that sport. So you don't have that higher level view that a coach would have from looking on the outside. So a good coach To me at least, a good coach is someone who can guide you and help you with the subtle tweaks and changes that you need to make in your business, because we're looking at it from the outside perspective. That's going to ultimately get you to that next level.
It's kind of like when you have a friend who comes to you in a bad relationship and they're like, oh my God, this relationship's so bad. Like, what's the problem? And then you're over here like, well, she's crazy. That's what the problem is, right? And you can see it very, very clearly because you're on the outside looking in. But that person can't see the problem because they're so inside the storm. Like they say, you can't read the label when you're inside the jar, right? So really, a lot of times business owners come into our program and they have these problems that they've been dealing with for years. And we're able to spot the bottleneck, spot the problem, and help them fix it in a matter of days or weeks because it's a fresh perspective, right? So again, if you're at that place in your business right now where you're doing well, you have an offer, like you're making money, but you're just like, you're hitting a ceiling and you can't quite figure out what it is, coaching is always the way you want to go. It's the hack. It's the ultimate hack. Because a lot of times coaching is counterintuitive. A lot of times coaching will feel counterintuitive because if you knew what to do, you'd already be doing it, right? So I tell people all the time, coaching is the hack to success. It's not necessarily a secret, but it's the hack. And whether it's us that you want to, whether it's us that you want us to come in and coach or you want to find somebody else, my advice to you would stay the same. Go and find yourself somebody who already has the results that you want to have, pay them whatever they ask, and then just do whatever they say. And if you do that, one day you're going to wake up and you're going to have everything that you want. So again, if you're sitting here listening, you're like, okay, I have to start running Facebook ads. This is an incredible opportunity that I'm missing out on, and you've never gotten started. Maybe you're not set up the right way. We have a 7-step blueprint, which is a PDF that will literally walk you step by step on how to make sure that your account is set up the right way so you don't screw things up moving forward. And literally, you can go to our website, richfromanywhere.com, and you can download it for absolutely for free.
21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.
Imagine a space where triumphs, trials, and tales of entrepreneurship come alive. Welcome to the 21st Century Entrepreneurship Podcast, a gold awarded journey hosted by Martin Piskarik, connecting with listeners in 95 countries and ranking in the top 0.5% of all podcasts. Join our exclusive community, elevate your perspective, and embark on the path to success.